So sadly, um, how can I say this? How can I say this without upsetting myself? Because obviously, as you know, Tidy Towns is a big part of my life. Doing it for the last 5 years. This is the longest break since the restrictions came in. I took since them 5 years. Every day I do Tidy Towns during them 5 years. Night, evening, morning, noon, night. And it's hard. It's very hard for me to admit it. And because obviously I'm very proud of the Tidy Towns. I'm very proud of what we do. And it's very obviously I'm kicking the bush here. But sadly I have to admit to the people of Ireland, that unfortunately the Tidy Towns will be cancelled this year. It is going 62 years since 1958. And I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devastated. Like, you might as well come in here with a shotgun, surely. Because I know it's a very small thing, but it's just a small principle of it. Like, it's just a routine. It's very sad to see it. After all that time, 62 years is a long, long time for it to go ahead. Never been cancelled. It's very sad news, and it's very upsetting. I'm trying to be positive about it. But as you know, I did contact Minister Wing about my suggestion for online Tidy Towns, and I will probably talk to you about that, because I think some towns might do what I was talking about online. And basically what I was saying, just a quick relapse of it, is to do an online portion of it. When you do a history kind of if you're on your town, say you're 62 years in the time since it started, and you do a PowerPoint or a Word document on it, and you can share it around, you can edit it. I don't know, maybe we can do something like that. Some towns in Cavan, some towns maybe can't do it, the local authorities might help out, a Cavan County Council might help out. But I know, as people say, it's bigger things in the world to be worrying about than the Tidy Towns. But it's just the principle. And that's the thing. It's just the principle, and it shows, like, the Tidy Towns, as I said in the video before, it represents a community. It represents a community spirit. Even during this time, this Tidy Towns, bringing out food to people's houses and everything. It's the spirit of a community, and that's the simple stand. It's the spirit of many communities across this country. And it's very devastating news, especially because Buttersbridge is 52, 53 years in Tidy Towns. Yeah, something like that, 50, 51, 50, could be around that here, 50, around the 50s anyway, around the beginning of the 50 numbers. And that's a long, long time in a Tidy Towns competition. That's a long, long time. Compared to some towns, it's only in 2 years or 3 years. Obviously Buttersbridge wasn't in the 90s, and only for a bit in the 2000s. But obviously it's back now, and sadly, it has taken a toll. And it takes the biscuit, and really simple as that. But the saying won't. The Minister Wing said it won't happen this September. But I am going to talk to Cavan County Council, because I'm not sitting here to September, and they can good luck to them if they think I'm sitting here to September doing nothing. Well, good luck to them, because I'm desperate. I'm desperate at the moment to be going outside and to do something. So I'm going to ask permission from the head person in Cavan County Council, obviously, the chief executive, in other words, Cavan. His second name's gone up in my head altogether. But I'm going to ask permission for me to be allowed to go on side roads. And what I mean by side roads, like there's roads I do, in the back end of nowhere, and there's nobody around. There's only 1 or 2 people maybe live on the road. And I'm sure to God, you're not going to get the coronavirus on that road in the middle of nowhere, in other words. And I think that would, I should continue doing that, because obviously, honest to God, if I sit in this house in September doing nothing, I'm going to go mad. And I'm mad enough at this. I'm absolutely devastated. Like, honest to God, you might as well put me on a flagpole and raise me above the house, because Jesus Christ, the mighty Father, give me strength. Because, like, it's just, people might be saying, this is not a big deal. But it's just the principle. Like, you can understand, if I've done this for the last 5 years, going on 6 years now, it's a big part of my life. Usually every weekday, as soon as I come home from school, straight away out Tidy Towns, do Tidy Towns. Every Saturday, every Sunday, I'm doing Tidy Towns. Up early every morning, doing Tidy Towns. Then even some days going in and helping Cavan Tidy Towns. it's a big part. It's a big part of my life, and it's hard to comprehend. That's big part of your life gone. And it's very sad. It's very sad. But please God, maybe we can sort something. Um, Even what I said about the online Tiny Towns doing a history PowerPoint to enter down your Tiny Towns history. That would be something I would ask Calvin. Places Tiny Town groups who want Calvin to do. We might see. I might maybe put it up and say to people might be to do it, but absolutely, like, honest to God, you might as well, like it's hard and it's like I'm upset enough with the amount of people dying, the amount of people infected in this country with the coronavirus. But it's just a kick in the teeth, and that's as simple as that. And it's like, because Tiny Towns is about community spirit and community involvement and getting the community together. And this moment in time we need strong communities. I'm sorry if I'm rambling and ratting on. I'm just very upset, and I'm trying to be positive about this. But it's very, very hard now when you have that chunk taken out of your life. So yeah, thank you to everybody for watching. I'm going to be depressed for a while, so thank you for watching.